Hi. Let's talk about Journey Together allocations today, guys. Welcome in. Every PokeTuber that I follow, and I love these PokeTubers, which is why I follow them, all they've been talking about is how little Journey Together products they got, how cut their allocations were, and how surprised they were at just how little product they got. But today I wanted to share my perspectives on it as someone who's pretty new to this and as someone who's trying to break into this space. I want to give you my thoughts on the whole thing. The main problem that's been highlighted in all these videos of people talking about their allocations is that why are distributions still accepting new accounts and still giving those new accounts and fresher accounts product of Journey Together when they've been with the distribution for very little time compared to these established accounts? Like, why are the newer accounts getting product when the bigger accounts have been with them for so long, have bought the crappier sets, been with them for 10 plus years, and now are getting less of the good sets? Some of these points are really good, and I totally agree with. Points like, why are some accounts that have never bought Pokemon before, that still have an account with distro because they sell all kinds of different stuff, right? People that have never bought Pokemon before, now that see there's a margin for Pokemon, they buy it because there's profit to be made, and then they get approved for it because, well, you have an account with a distro, so the distro has to send you something to keep you happy, right? Why are those accounts getting product? But I gotta say, how are people like me supposed to start a Pokemon business if distribution aren't taking on new accounts? If distros aren't doing what they're doing right now, how are new people supposed to get in this game, right? And also, how did you get your start? I may be speaking from ignorance because I don't know what it was 10 years back then. I don't know the market 10 years before. But I do know that right now, currently, in this current market, how are people like me supposed to get their start without distro giving people like us a chance? Giving us a little bit of product first, we buy it, we end up buying more and more, and hopefully eventually get more and more product. How's that supposed to happen? Now, I totally agree with the point that some of these accounts that are ordering Pokemon products right now will only touch Pokemon because the market is so hot, because there's profit to be made. And that's the only reason why they're doing Pokemon right now. Once the market cools down, they won't touch a single thing. And yeah, that's that. And guys, the solution is so simple to me from a distro perspective that I don't know why it doesn't happen, right? All they have to do is, hey, if you haven't ordered Pokemon, if you haven't ordered X amount of Pokemon products in the past 3 months, 6 months, 9 months, a year, if you haven't reached that threshold, you have to apply again. That will fix it. That's all they have to do. But even with that being said, I still think distros know exactly what they're doing. Like, they're not stupid, guys. They know how to run their own business. Also, it's very hard to get into distro if you're just doing it from an online store perspective. Without a brick and mortar, it is incredibly hard to get into distributions like Peach State or Southern Hobby, the two major ones, right? And because I have tried multiple times and I've been rejected over and over and over again. And when I'm applying, I'm not going to them and saying, hey guys, I'm a brand new account. I got $14 to my name. Give me all the Pokemon that you can give me. I will buy it all eventually. Where do I sign? No, that's not what I'm doing. I'm showing them my 100K in sales on eBay, 150 plus K in streaming revenue, 50K on Mercari, random places, marketplaces, right? I'm showing them probably almost $400,000 in revenue. And I know that's not a lot, but it definitely isn't someone that's brand new and just coming into this game, right? 400K plus in revenue, and I still get denied over and over again. It is not easy to get into distribution. Also, I wasn't applying when the market was as hot as it is right now. I was applying when Scarlet Valley Base was out, back when Obsidian Flames was out, back when the market was, normal or cooled down, right? I was still getting instantly denied back then, so I have zero hopes of being accepted now. Zero. So I guess the point that I'm trying to make is that distros know what they're doing when they're accepting new people. They're not taking anyone off the streets. They still want apparently more than $500,000 in revenue, and they want people that will actually move the product. Let's do a little game. Let's pretend I'm the distribution, right? I know that the Pokemon market isn't going to be as booming as it is right now. Eventually, there will come a slow time. Eventually, the market will cool off, and all these profit takers and whatever, they will leave. However, I can still rely on my established accounts to buy whatever I allocate them because guess what? They're expecting me to take care of them once another hot set comes out. And believe me, I will from a distro's perspective. Now, I also onboarded some newer accounts. Again, not accounts that have zero sales, zero history with them. People that are known to move the product. What are these newer accounts going to do? They're also going to be buying my crappier sets when the market cools off, when another Scarlet Valley base comes out, because they will also want me to take care of them when another hype set comes out. It's just smart business. Also, imagine if a big account just decides to quit one day. And I know that's incredibly unlikely, but for the sake of this argument, let's just say they wake up and decided, hey, I made enough money off Pokemon. I bought my 17 Lambos in the garage. The hours suck, the grind sucks, Pokemon sucks, whatever it may be, I quit, I'm out. Distros don't have any contracts with stores that require them to purchase any new additional set that comes out. They just don't. So if these big accounts decide to just quit one day and just leave, guys, now distros are stuck with product now they can't move. They're just diversifying. They're not putting all their dollars into one hooker. They're just not. They're just not. And that's why they keep opening new accounts, because who knows, one day, maybe one day, one of these small accounts will become a bigger account, into a more established account. Maybe one day, one of these smaller accounts, hopefully me one day, have a dream of maybe ordering millions and millions of dollars worth of Pokemon cards for them. Maybe that might just happen. They're diversifying their investments, aka accounts, just like any good company does. They're playing the game of business, just like you, just like me. There was one point made by Danny Phantom, one of the PokeTubers that I watch, right? I'm sure you guys know him. There was one point that he made that I thought was really good. He's saying that a lot of these allocations are going to stores and LGSs that don't have the hobby's best interests at heart. He's saying that allocations is going to stores that are charging 3x, 4x over MSRP on release day. Allocations is going to rip and shippers that are charging 5x weeks before release. You know, they're not going to stores that will charge you what they're supposed to charge, aka MSRP, for these products, and that is a problem. Product are going to scalpers rather than stores that are looking out for the community and charging you regular MSRP for the products that are just released, right? And I have so much respect for people like Danny Phantom for charging MSRP for their entire allocation, because people like him could be making 2x, 3x on their product, and that is a lot of money to say no to. More product should definitely be going to people like him rather than these other businesses. But the solution is so simple, but so hard at the same time. It's up to the consumer to stop supporting these other businesses that take advantage of them and go to the ones that will actually care for you. That's all it comes down to. And I've said this multiple times before, as long as there's gonna be consumers that are willing to pay these crazy prices, then there's always gonna be businesses that take advantage, aka the opportunity to do that. Because why wouldn't they? To be honest, if I were one of those people that bought Prismatic from a shop and they cancel my order and listed it for higher, and then for the next hype set, I go back to that shop, who else do I have to blame? Like, who else do I put the blame on but me? But back to the subject of this video, stop making the Journey Together allocation such a big deal. Because at the end of the day, you big accounts will still get hundreds and hundreds of booster boxes, hundreds of ETBs, hundreds of whatever else it may be, all below MSRP. And yes, I do know for a fact that you guys work super hard to get there. You guys have this long relationship with the distribution, but you guys are still getting so much product compared to anyone else, guys. You really are. And if you are charging MSRP, you should sell out instantly for this set, which will net you thousands and thousands of dollars. So life goes on. I can definitely see the frustration, but the problem, and all it comes down to, is Pokemon not printing enough product. That is the entire problem with this whole thing. That is it. The little guy getting 1 or 2 cases here or there, 1 or 2 boxes of the Journey Together, that is, even though it does add up, that is not the entire issue. It's really not. Because one day, maybe one day, the little guy who's also working incredibly hard will get a chance to join you guys too.